Hi everybody! Welcome to a Monday live video. I'm Whitney Magnuson and you're live with Unity Stamp Company. I'm so excited to be hanging out with all of you guys today and just getting a little crafty. It's great for the soul on Mondays, great start of the week to get a little crafty. So I was just telling my husband that I'm kind of shot mentally, but I wanted to craft, and ink blending is just so therapeutic, and I just feel like really relaxed doing it. And so I wanted to share with you guys these simple ink blended cards that you can create with a little bit of masking and some Gina K inks, and pull out some of those silhouette stamps. So silhouette stamps are like these solid darker stamps, and we do have some of these in our collection. One of these that I'm using is a throwback stamp set that we made in collaboration with Gina K Designs. We love Gina and we love collaborating with her, and this is one we did a couple of years ago. And I love seeing the ink blends that people are doing with these solid stamps, so I wanted to share with you guys just a couple of blends that I did with this set. We're going to use this awesome butterfly that has kind of like a text in the background. It's so pretty. And then this solid floral in there too. And then I wanted to share with you too how like vintage, like distressed images are going to work for this technique as well. So we're going to pull out, this is the brand new sentiment kit for July. I absolutely love this set. I've made some cards with it already, but it comes with just this beautiful vintage kind of floral arrangement, and then all these sweet little cursive sentiments, and then some strip sentiments, which I love for cutting out and popping up like panels. So a couple of kits that I'm loving, and they're both on sale right now. This is the last day of our mega warehouse sale, so if you're loving these sets, I would recommend grabbing them now. I'm just going to show you the one other card. So this is the other card I did watercoloring with this set. So you can see it has a huge, variety of techniques that you can try out with this vintage set. I love it. All right, so let's start with something a little bit simple here. I want to start with just this simple oval. So we have in our shop the Masking Magic. This is by Gina K Designs and Thermal Web, and I absolutely love it. Basically what it is a low tack kind of sticky paper, almost like a Post-it note, and you can cut out shapes or whatever you want. You can stamp on it, cut it out, and create masks for your stamped images, or like what I'm doing now. So it comes like split in the back here, so it's easy to get it apart. So all I'm going to do to start off with this, these are 5x7 sheets. And so I wanted mine to be pretty much the whole A2 card panel that I'm doing. And so all I did here is I die cut out with a circle die, or if you had a circle punch, that would work out just perfect. Just as long as you have a circle that's going to fit on your card, that's going to be great. The other thing that I love about this Masking Magic is it is reusable. So you can see I did already use this. It's still good. It still has a lot of tack and life left to it, and so I'm going to keep it because this is kind of a layout that I think is like essential. So I'll use it over and over. So I'm just going to start off by grabbing my panel here. So this one I already die cut out, and I'm using my rectangle scallop and rectangle nesting die set. You know what, I think I'm gonna pull this off just so I feel like ink blending goes a little bit better on the glass mat. You guys will be able to see my head, so don't be so shocked. I did not get ready today. Alright, so I love this mat because it has a grid and I can easily kind of line things up. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Post-it tape, kind of hold this in place in the corner. Then I'm going to grab my mask and just kind of position it. So when we already die cut, we just have to keep that in mind that wherever we set this down, that is where the circle is going to be. We can't fix it with die cutting later, so we'll just have to make sure we like the placement. And I think it looks pretty good. I like the amount I have on each of the edges. We'll just kind of press down and make sure it's all adhered. And the great thing about these 5x7 sheets too is it is larger than the A2, so it kind of helps stick down. All right, so for this first blend, I'm going to grab 3 colors. This is all dye ink, so it's all water-based ink that I'm using. We have all these in our shop, and they are 10% off right now, whatever is left in stock. So we're going to do Tangerine Twist on the bottom. In the middle, we'll do Dusty Rose. And then the top, Wild Wisteria. Just kind of a, I don't know, summery vibe. So I'm just going to grab my little orange ink blending tool. And with orange, like, it is super pigmented ink, so I like usually start off on the side off my paper, and then I'll pull the pigment on just to get a nice even blend. Hey Nick, would you mind stepping out and checking the sound on your phone?
I'm just gonna check that here.
Okay. So I'm just getting a nice even layer of the orange on our bottom part. Then we're going to move into this Dusty Rose. I absolutely love this pink color. It is just so pretty. All right, same thing. I like to start with the blends off the sheet of paper, just so I don't get a huge blob in the blending. And you can go over this as many times as you want. So even though it looks light right now, it's going to be just fine. We'll go over it a couple times and really get it brightened up to our liking. And this is Wild Wisteria. It's kind of a purpley blue color. Like, I really, really love it. All right. So now I'm just going to kind of start in reverse again. Oh, good. So most people are hearing it. We are live on both Facebook and YouTube. And so if you're having trouble with Facebook, hop on over to YouTube. That usually is a little bit more flawless for some reason. We don't hear as many complaints. All right. So going in with our pink. And then finally our Wild Wisteria. All right, so I'm liking the blend. I think it's going to be pretty once we pull that mask off. So we're going to leave that mask on, and we're going to grab our Misty and do a little bit of stamping, because I want the stamping to be only inside where we did our ink blending. So we'll just grab our Misty. We'll just stick this in there. And then we're going to grab that really pretty silhouette daisy from Hello Lovely. It is so, so pretty. All right, I'm just going to kind of position this off to the left side here. And then I'm going to do VersaFine Clair black ink. It's Nocturne. This is my favorite, just kind of all-purpose black ink, especially for techniques like this where I want it to be really, really dark. Stamping, this ink is amazing for that.
I think you have to reapply some ink to it.
I do. This one, you can tell I like this ink a lot. It is a little dry, but we're running low on stock, and I don't want to take them from people that want to grab them. All right. So, love that. Now we're going to grab, I loved the banner sentiments in this month's sentiment kit are so cute. So I love just the simple hello. So we're going to grab that. I'm going to just kind of put it right up here. Make sure I like the placement. I think it looks good. Are you sharing links in the comments, Nick?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So there's all our stamping. Now we can take this out, and I love these ink blended cards because these are like 5-minute cards. Just really fun and easy to do. So now when we take that off, like, it's so, so pretty. Just to add a little bit more like kind of texture to this card, an easy way to do that when you're using the water-based inks is to add some water splatters. They're going to react with water, so I'm just going to take a little paintbrush with water and go right over the top of our ink blending. And that's just going to add a little bit more texture behind there as the ink reacts. So I love how this one turned out. Super, super pretty. So here they are, finishing touches for this one. I love these Nuvo Dream Drops. And this is in the color Cloud 9. It's like an iridescent, pearlescent color. But this is just such a fun, kind of soft, summery ink blend. So again, the colors for this one, we did Tangerine Twist, that pretty orange. Dusty Rose for our pink, and then the purple is Wild Wisteria. So there is ink blend number 1, super easy with a little bit of masking magic, and of course this really fun silhouette stamp set. You can try all sorts of techniques with these solid stamps like this, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. I want to share with you another easy way that you can do an ink blended look. Let's see. Okay, so the next one here, I want to share with you how you can use Post-it tape to create kind of a faux edge on your paper. So I'm going to just take a pre-die cut piece of cardstock here. Then I'm going to grab my Post-it tape, and I'm just going to take one normal strip right here, and this is sold in our shop, and I'm just lining it up with the edge of my paper, and we're going to just kind of stick this down. Now on my next one, I'm going to take and I'm just going to rip the edge so I get a really fun torn edge detail. And then we're just going to position this right on our card where we want it. I did the double because I wanted a little bit of extra white space. You don't have to do that. You can do however big you want. Whatever this is covering, that's what's going to be white. So this is just with some simple mask or Post-it tape. I know we had some questions like, what do you do with this? I'll have one other way that I'm going to show you how you can use this awesome tape too. All right, so we're going to do some fun ink blending on the side here, and for this one we're going to do Wild Wisteria, Tranquil Teal, and then we're going to pull out Dusty Rose again. Kind of liking these colors. All right, so we're just going to do kind of the same process with our ink blending. Start off the sheet just so we get a nice even blend. And I feel like the key to getting like a really nice even ink blends is just going over it a couple of times and not like stressing out too much at least. All right, this is Tranquil Teal. And this is going to be in the center. And then we'll do pink on the top. All right, I'm going to just go over it one more time. Make sure I'm happy with my blend. And I am. I think that looks really fun and pretty. All right, we'll cover those, and now we're going to do our stamping. All right, so for this, I'm actually going to pull off the mask. So look at how fun that is. It just leaves kind of this faux layer look. All right, we're gonna grab a beautiful butterfly. It's kind of a solid butterfly with like a script text in the background. I love it. It is from the same set we used for the first card, so Hello Lovely. And if you look at this, it just has like, it's so pretty. I love it. It's almost like you put a background in it. All right. So I'm just going to place this in my MISTI, and we're going to start by stamping our butterfly. And again, I'm using my VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink. It's just a very awesome black ink. It's perfect for this technique. All right, so just wait till you guys see the detail of this stamp. I think you're gonna like it. Isn't that pretty? I think it says something like, I love you more and more as each day goes by, something like that. All right. My first card, I left the mask on when I stamped, but I want to see what it looks like with it's stamped kind of in the white space to it. I'll show you both examples so you guys can decide what you like better. It's hard for me to do the same exact card every single time I create, so let's see. I'm gonna do something like that, I think. All right. Nearing the end here. I just love how those colors kind of pop out behind there. So pretty. I love it. All right. Now I'm just going to take this out and we're going to stamp out and emboss a sentiment to go with this. And I loved the So Kind, So Caring, So You from the set named just that. So we're just going to take it and I'm going to just stamp it on a scratch sheet of paper here and use my VersaFine Clear ink to stamp that down. All right. I want to do a little bit of clear embossing just to make this look like kind of a label, like from a label maker or something. So I'm using my clear embossing powder by Nuvo. I believe we still have some of this left in the shop and it should be 10% off. All right. Just heat this up a second. I love this sentiment because the artist, Lisa, you can tell she left enough space in between each of these, so you could cut it all out in, you know, as one thing, or you can do what I'm gonna do and cut it into strips for just a little bit of a different look. So I'm just cutting each of these little words, and then we'll pop these up on top. Cute, cute. All right, so kind, so caring, so you. I feel like it'd be kind of cute, like kind of kitty wampus, actually. I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the foam tape here, and I'm just gonna cut little strips so we can pop that up. So we'll start in the bottom, so you. Sorry, this detailed work. It's hard to talk and do it at the same time. I don't think I ever get anything done. Like every time we've gone to like a crafting thing and you're supposed to like make cards, I don't think I've ever successfully created something. I think I've been too busy talking. All right. Cute. All right. That's super cute. I like that. All right, so here's the finished one here with just a little bit of Post-it tape, and you kind of rip the edge. You can do a faux layer. So for this one, the color blend, again, we did Wild Wisteria. Then we went in with some Tranquil Teal, and then on the top here was Dusty Rose. And then that stamp set we used, the butterfly, is from the same one we did the first card with, so Hello Lovely. And then the sentiment is from So Kind, So Caring, So You. And I thought the perfect way to kind of add a little bit more bling to this, again, I grabbed my Nuvo drops. This is Nuvo Dream Drop in Cloud 9. And when it dries, it does dry kind of pearlescent, as you can see. So just added a little bit of that. And I think I do like where I stamped beyond the masking. I think I like that a little bit better. So 2 options for you, 2 different ways to try, see what you like best. I have one other way I want to share with you how you can use your Post-it tape to create a fun masked look and a bright and bold summer ink blend. So let me just transition into that. I'm going to move these so I don't ruin them. All right, so I'm going to share with you guys how to do this one. This is probably the easiest one, as if the previous 2 were not easy. So we're going to start off with an A2 sheet of cardstock here. So we'll grab our A2, and now we are simply going to, you don't need to measure or anything with this. You're just going to line up your Post-it tape with the edges of your card, making sure it's straight. Sorry guys, that noise is awful. All right, lining that up with the edge. So on all 4 sides you're going to do this. It's just super easy that you don't have to sit and try to make sure if it's centered or anything, like it is when you do this. All right, so we have all this all masked off, and we're going to do a fun ink blend right in the center here. So for this ink blend, we are going to use a little bit of Lucky Clover, Wild Dandelion, Tangerine Twist, and then we will use Dusty Rose. So kind of a fun summery blend. So we'll start with the Lucky Clover on the bottom here. And blend that in a little bit. Now we're going in with Wild Dandelion right on top of that there. Tangerine Twist. And then Dusty Rose. And then I'm just going to repeat the process again, just to deepen the color a little bit. There we go. This is Wild Dandelion. Whenever I'm ink blending too, I make sure that I'm kind of going well beyond the edges so it blends out smoothly. And then Lucky Clover. And you just repeat until you are happy with how pigmented it is and how blended it is, but I'm very happy with this. All right, so we are going to cover our inks back up. I'm just going to pull this up with the mask still on there. Clean this up a little bit. All right, So I'm just going to stick this inside of my Misty here. And then we're going to grab that amazing vintage floral from the sentiment kit for this month, So Kind, So Caring, So You. This is gorgeous colored up, but I thought that this was just such a pretty stamp. It would be stamped just, or really pretty, just like plainly stamped too. So I'm just going to kind of arrange this so most of it is covering our ink blending. And then we'll grab our black ink again, VersaFine Clair Nocturne. These are not oxide inks. These are regular water-based pigment inks. Or no, dye inks. They are dye inks, so they react with water. The oxide inks are kind of a breed of their own. There really aren't any other inks on the market that are like that. They kind of have a chalky finish and stuff. These you could watercolor with, you could ink smoosh with, stamp. They're kind of our go-to just everyday dye ink. They're very pigmented and pretty. We sell all of the little cubes just because if you're like us, we like to have every color, and it's nice to be able to have these little cubes for like easier storage. So we sell all the cubes. We do not sell the large ink pads. All right, so here it is all stamped out. We're going to pull this out. I think this is going to be a pretty satisfying reveal. Look at that crisp line. So pretty. I love the way that this one turned out. So now I am going to just die cut it. So I'm using a die from our scallop and rectangle stitched die set. Another great use for Post-it tape. Gosh, Post-it should like hire me or something. I'm just enjoying it lately. Alright, we'll pull this out after we have it all die cut here. I love the stitching. And let's go ahead and add a fun sentiment from this same set. I love happy birthday. Like, you can always use a birthday card in your stash. So I'm gonna grab this little banner, happy birthday, put it on my block. And we'll emboss it again just because I think the shiny popped up panel is gonna look really pretty. Perfect. Our clear embossing powder. I'm using Nuvo, which we have in our shop, but any clear embossing powder will do the same. And then just a heat tool. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this one out. So I want to just add, while I'm cutting this out, that the our first annual Mega Warehouse sale does end tonight at midnight Central Standard Time. So right now we have over 50% off stamps happening. The only exclusions would be our past and present membership kits. We have some exclusive stamp and die bundles that are limited quantity. Once those are sold out, we're not restocking them. So you can check those out. Just amazing freebies and a lot of fun happening. Some doorbusters. It's just been a lot of fun hanging out and crafting with you guys over the past week, celebrating this kind of fun summertime sale. We started it back, well, we attempted it back in, I think, 2019, and then COVID hit and we couldn't do it again because we didn't have the staffing. So we're just excited to be able to do this again. All right, popping up happy birthday on there. And then again, final touch, if you want to add some of those Cloud 9 Nuvo drops, I think that ends up being so pretty with the colors in the background. So I'm just going to grab all 3 cards so you guys can see a final look on these cards here. All right. So if you missed it, you can watch the replay on how these 2 other cards were created with some easy masking and stamping techniques using these silhouette style stamps and our favorite dye inks. All of this is in our shop and all of it is discounted and on sale through midnight tonight. So the sets that I used again were So Kind, So Caring, So You, as well as Hello Lovely. And I'm going to have all the products linked in the comments so you can go ahead and click on those and find the items that you just need in your life. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your Monday, and we will chat again really soon. Bye, everybody.